Hey gamers, welcome back to Mr FunFax. Today, we're diving deep into the history of video games, from their humble beginnings to the massive industry we know today. Grab your controllers, and let's press start. Our journey begins in the 1950s, long before home consoles or multiplayer online battles. The first video games were actually experiments by computer scientists. In 1958, William Higginbotham created Tennis for Two, often regarded as one of the first video games. This simple tennis simulation was followed by the more famous Space War in 1962, designed by MIT students. These early games were played on massive computers, far from the gaming consoles we have today. Space War might not look like much now, but it laid the foundation for the video game industry. Fast forward to the 1970s, and video games were about to hit the mainstream. The release of Pong in 1972 by Atari marked the start of the arcade boom. Arcades became social hubs where people gathered to play classics like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, and Donkey Kong. These games were simple yet addictive, and they captured the imagination of a generation. Pac-Man, released in 1980, became a cultural phenomenon and one of the most iconic video games of all time. While arcades were booming, the late 70s and early 80s also saw the rise of home consoles. The Atari 2600, released in 1977, was the first successful home gaming console. However, it was the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, released in 1985, that truly revolutionized home gaming. Nintendo introduced beloved franchises like Super Mario, The Legend of Zelda, and Metroid, setting the stage for what would become some of the most enduring video game series in history. The 1990s brought us the transition from 2D to 3D graphics, a game changer for the industry. Sony's PlayStation and Nintendo's N64 introduced players to 3D worlds with titles like Super Mario 64 and Final Fantasy VII. This era also marked the rise of iconic franchises like Resident Evil, Metal Gear Solid, and The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. These games weren't just about high scores anymore, they were about immersive storytelling and expansive worlds. Today, gaming is bigger than ever. The industry has evolved into a global phenomenon, with consoles like the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X pushing the limits of graphics and performance. Meanwhile, PC gaming, mobile gaming, and streaming services like Twitch have expanded the ways we play and experience games. Games like Fortnite, Minecraft, and League of Legends have become cultural icons, and competitive gaming, or esports, is now a billion-dollar industry. And that's a brief journey through the history of video games. From simple pixels to complex virtual worlds, video games have come a long way and continue to evolve. What's your favorite era of gaming? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome content. Thanks for watching, and keep on gaming!